Alrighty, it's your boy Zxous, and we're back with another Goddess of Victory Nikke video. And today we're going to be talking about if you should be summoning for the new character coming, I guess tomorrow. I'm recording this video on the 13th at 10 p.m. It'll come out when the infos actually come out and we go over all that stuff. And we're going to be talking about if you should be summoning for Biscuit or not, because she is a character that seems to be pretty good. But is she a must-have character? We're gonna find out. So off rips, I'm just gonna tell you guys, I think she's obviously better paired up with defenders out of all the support she has. So her skill 1 buffs up attackers, her skill 2 buffs up defenders, and then her burst skill buffs up supporters. And I think I said supporters earlier, but out of all three, she pairs up best with defenders in my opinion. Or I should say defenders get more value, the most value out of this character. So let's take a look. So her first skill activates at the end of a full burst, not while a full burst is happening, at the end of a full burst. So all attacker allies on the team get their crit rate. Let me put this all to level 10. Let me put these all to level 10. Let me put these all to level 10 real quick, because I don't like reading them at level 1 skills. So yeah, at the end of a full burst, all attacker allies crit rate of normal attack gets increased by 5.77% for 10 seconds, and then constantly recovers 5.77% of caster's maximum HP. So that right there is going to be good with somebody like Scarlet, right? This is probably going to be, what is she? What's her cooldowns? 40 seconds. That's the only problem. She's a 40-second cooldown character. She doesn't need to be using her burst skill, but like a skill like this is gonna be good for somebody like Scarlet, right? Constantly recovers HP of the caster's maximum HP for every 1 second for 10 seconds, right? So characters who lose HP will benefit from something like that. I mean, if your attackers lose HP, they're gonna benefit from something like that. But just in general, I think like when reading it, best person that's for is gonna be Scarlet, right? Her second skill activates when the defender ally falls below 50% HP. Affects the target defender's allies, right? So when a defender's allies HP falls below 50%, they get invincibility for 5 seconds, and it can activate twice per battle. It can activate twice, 2 times for a defender. That's why I say she's better paired up with defenders, because essentially she turns all these characters into invincible gods, right? So now with a character like Makima, if you have a character like Makima, the reason why Biscuit is going to be so good like with Makima is because Makima already has the like revive mechanic, where when she hits 0%, she what's it called? When she hits 0%, she is alive for 7 seconds. Not to mention she does taunt all enemies, so now she's going to be taunting all enemies, and when she gets below 50% after taunting enemies, she is going to have invincibility, or she's going to be invincible for 5 seconds, which is going to be good because her taunt only lasts 3 seconds. So it's a little cheat you can do there. It's a little cheat you can kind of do there. Not to mention her burst skill, she already recovers HP, so there is that as well. And then obviously what's it called? She has her reload speed and her defense increase already. So yeah, I think Biscuit will most likely be paired up best with Makima with that second skill. And then also recovers 23.26% of the caster's max HP, activates 2 times per battle. Like, this second skill of hers is literally just the best out of the 3 skills she has in my opinion. Because of like literally Makima, Polly, Noah, literally these characters, even Rupee, Ludmilla gets a increase, like a massive buff in this too, right? Taunts consistently for 15.09 seconds, like at the beginning of a full burst against, like, she's, what are we talking about? And then damage sustained is negative down, like she's, nobody's gonna touch her now. Like, this is too good, right? So there's that, right? And then obviously her burst skill affects 2 allies with whose cover has been destroyed, rebuilds their cover rebuilds their cover with 93.6% of HP, or I just 93.6% HP, and then all supporter allies get their attack increased by 43.08% for 10 seconds, and then restores 55.44% of attack damage as HP for 10 seconds. Like, as the overall support, Biscuit is a god tier unit. I don't want to say god tier. but she's like so good, right? Because with this character, you now have so much, like, I want to say literally everybody on your team is covered in a great way, right? The one that's not really as like crazy is obviously again the first one. I don't feel like the constantly recover HP is gonna be nice, right? That's gonna be great. Especially since it's at the end of a full burst where they're no longer like at their peak damage and stuff like that. Where characters like Scarlet has already lost her HP. I'm saying Scarlet because she's like loses her HP when she like attacks basically. So this is gonna be good for her, right? But like wow, it's just, and then again the build cover, like rebuild cover is gonna be nice as well. And she's a burst 2 unit, so you could actually put her up with a litter, and then you have 2 characters who you essentially are just building up your cover too, right? So should you summon for this character? Now that's what you guys want to know. Now the thing about this character is she's gonna be added onto general pool. So let me pull up the game here. She is going to be added onto the general pool, if you guys do not know, right? So after her banner goes, I believe her banner lasted 2 weeks. After her banner goes, you have, not after her banner goes, like you have 2 weeks to summon for her, and then when her banner leaves, she just gets put onto the regular banner, right? Now this is going to be like, you can pull her off these. She's going to be put in here and stuff like that. So do you summon for her? I don't want to say no and yes. Like, I don't feel like she's somebody that is a must-have character, right? Like, she's not like, oh, game-changing, right? I mean, maybe for defenders, she's game-changing. For PvP, this girl is going to be broken, though, right? So if you're someone, especially if you're in high-tier PvP, or if you're someone who plays PvP a lot, that second skill with any of your defenders is going to be too good, right? Because the defenders already run PvP, first of all, right? Like, realistically, the defenders run PvP, literally. Literally, they run PvP. And then, not to mention, now they have invincibility. Even, like, it's going to be too good. So, that it's just that second skill, right? Honestly, you could summon. You could. It's not even like a past character, right? Just keep in mind that a pilgrim might be coming out soon. So if you don't, right? I know some people commented saying, we don't like, not everybody cares for pilgrims and stuff like that. If you don't care for pilgrims, then by all means, you could do whatever you want, right? Is this character worth summoning for? Yes, she is. She's a good character, a very good character. Right, she's a general support that has value to every single type of class, I want to say. Attackers get a nice buff there. Not a buff, but attackers get nice support there with the HP healing after the full burst. The defenders become just gods. Every defender you put her up against is going to become a god. And then obviously your supporter allies getting the attack increase is also going to be good, right? I'm not talking about that too much, but that's also going to be good, right? Because who do you have here now? You got characters like Dala, who's already increasing your attack even more, increasing her own attack, right? You have N012, like you have these characters who are increasing everybody's attack already, so they're just gonna start hitting harder and harder and harder and harder, right? So keep that in mind, right? I feel like this character could do a lot. I feel like with her on your team, she could also make like just general supporters hit harder too, right? Like kind of turn general supporters into sub DPSs there. And again, she paired up with litter, that's what I'm thinking. Well, like you're gonna have 2 characters rebuilding your cover, which is good. Now, that's gonna be good, right? I want to say litters is obviously gonna be more efficient, but hers is still gonna be happening every 40 seconds. If you do decide to use her, which I probably like recommend you should. But yeah, like with her, she does make it that you have to run a 1-2-2 or a 2-1. No, you have to run a 1-2-2, or 2-2-1, right? No, you have to run 1-2-2. You have to use one burst 1 character with 20 seconds, a burst 2 characters with 20 seconds, her, and then obviously 2 burst 3 characters to have a cycle. So you're forced to run a 1-2-2 formation when you're using this character. But yeah, overall, a very, very good character, right? I think she's going to be good everywhere as just a general support. Is she going to be very consistent? Probably, especially when, again, the defenders is where like she really, really shines, I want to say. All right, the defenders is where she really, really shines. But obviously, again, her burst skill is pretty good, and then her first skill is okay-ish. It's not like all that crazy, but her second skill and her burst skill are really, really good. So again, if you want to summon for her, you could summon. I'm definitely gonna test my luck and try to get her, because this is a character I think I would want to have, especially since I started building up my Polly, who is a defender, right? She's not gonna die now. And then obviously with later, I'm thinking of great team comps you can have with just this character alone. So she's not somebody you have to skip, but she's definitely not someone you have to summon for, especially since, again, she gets put onto the regular banner. So if you want to skip her banner for a Pilgrim, by all means, that's probably the better play. But she is definitely going to be a very, very good character in the long run. So the answer is, if you should summon, is, I want to say if you want to, like, yes or no is a yes, right? But again, it's still your decision, right? She's a very good character in my opinion. So that's gonna be if you should be summoning for Biscuit or not. Let me know if you guys agree with me or not. Again, because I know someone's gonna say for Pilgrims, they're gonna say I didn't say it. I'm saying Pilgrims over her regardless, but if you want to summon for her and you don't care for Pilgrims, by all means go ahead and do what you need to do. But yeah, that's gonna be it. That's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.